Transmission by continuing with your questions if you wish.
Hello, Bashar.
Good day,
And to
Bashar.
you, good day.
You have two of us here.
Oh, all right. Are you a tag team?
We are.
All right.
And that's what we really wanted to share with you as a statement.
Yes.
Phil brought your information, or he brought it to himself, your information about 7 years ago, and me about 3.5. And we want to express our appreciation, availing this information to us, and also acknowledgement of us to be having brought this information to ourselves.
All right. Thank you. We appreciate your application and your willingness to participate.
Absolutely. We also want to share that by following these simple but sometimes overly complicated by ourselves steps, that it actually has a real effect in our creating our reality.
You're telling us.
um,
Remember that what we are delivering to you are not philosophies and opinions. We're actually delivering an instruction manual for how reality works. So if you follow the instruction manual, just like you would for one of your automobiles, you will learn how to drive.
Yes, and we actually even brought ourselves to each other.
Yes.
And have come to a completely different reality. Our reality looks barely anything like it did
Congratulations.
3 years ago, and we are very satisfied and content and excited.
All right. Thank you.
And we wanted to share and again express our appreciation to you.
It is our pleasure.
And we also feel even from that point, we were able to interact with you. We found that we've been interacting with you in even quite surprising ways.
Well, you are interacting with yourselves, your higher minds, and whatever aspects of our collective consciousness is around to assist you.
Yes. So it's nice to be able to share that objectively with you today. And Phil, do you have anything more?
I do. Good day, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
On our way in today from Lake Mead, we saw something we'd never seen before. As we were driving through the mountains and coming out of the park, there was a black beam of light, either emanating from the sky to the ground or from the ground to the sky. It almost looked like the night light that comes out of the Luxor, but it was a black light.
Yes.
Can you offer anything around that?
There are experiments being done by different individuals on your planet. And that is the effect of one of the experiments. You were capable of seeing an energy field generated by one of the experiments.
Is this, would you consider this to be a positive experiment as we're entering the science wave?
It is an experiment to understand how certain kinds of concepts of interdimensional energy usage work, and therefore there is an effect that is created from that. In that sense, it is relatively neutral. How it may ultimately be applied would be determined by the positive or negative intentions of those who may be involved. Nevertheless, what you saw was a relatively neutral effect that is not exactly, but to some degree similar to what you have learned to call dark energy.
Very interesting.
It formed a link and a bridge between different dimensional realities.
Is it any coincidence that we saw this as you came to visit us today?
If you're asking if it was an accident, there's no such thing.
I guess I'm trying to pull more information from you.
I guess you are. But there is not a lot we are allowed to say at this time.
I'm understanding. We're going to be open to be not only conduits but participatory in that, just as a statement, because it's
Yes.
it seems very significant that we did see it.
Yes.
Okay.
Anything else?
One more question, Bashar.
Yes.
We were talking last night about the idea of altering our perception, because we know that shifting is a matter of simply altering our perception.
Yes.
And in a sense, what we were talking about doing was relaxing the idea of the brain's involvement in the placement of time sequenced events
Yes.
in order to give us a better, a more full now, where more is available within the now moment, and
Yes.
relaxing the brain from that responsibility of having to take F2 material and put it into a seemingly logical time sequence.
Yes, it's what we have referred to as breaking continuity. Because continuity is an illusion. As you impose the concept of collective consciousness continuity on yourselves, you experience time and space in a particular way. As you relax the need to do that, by, as you say, relaxing the aspects of the physical mind that rely on that or have relied on that, you can break continuity to some degree and begin to experience time and space in a much more malleable way, which allows you more access to more information in a more unusual way than you're used to. So yes, it's part of the expansion of consciousness and one of the symptoms that goes along with it.
And
Plus, the expansion of your senses allows you to perceive things like you perceived, where you can now see energy fields that might have heretofore been invisible to you.
And we find that as we're using the need for cause and effect, of course, that is assisting us as well.
Yes. Does that help?
Very much.
All right.
Thank you very much, Bashar. It was very nice speaking with you today.
And you as well.
Good day.
Good day, Bashar.
And you good day,
My name is Maria,
if you insist.
and I just want to express my gratitude first because last May I was also diagnosed with cancer, breast
Oh, all right.
cancer.
All right.
And your book, Quest for Truth, helped me tremendously during
right.
that difficult time. And I also want to express my gratitude towards Joe because he asked a similar question to which I listened very carefully.
All right. Well, thank you for creating the synchronicity that assisted you.
And I also wanted to share that how you mentioned cancer.
Yes.
To me, the first thing that came up was cancer answer.
Yes.
And somehow the first feeling that I got, even though it's a very sad time, somehow my soul was happy, even though
Yes.
I don't want to go up there yet.
Well, you won't go before your time.
So I have learned from your book, yes. And the attitude that I have approached this is with has been very positive, and
right.
my life has changed for the better.
Yes.
The people that I've met. However, I have some particular challenges, and I have made a lot of improvements with my diet
All right.
and so forth. But I realized that emotionally, I have to remain very calm.
Well, yes, and again, this all starts with the energy of the belief system that filters through and creates the emotions and thoughts and behaviors. So it's always wise to balance yourself out in the belief systems first to aid and assist the experience you are having physiologically.
Yes, and since this presentation has to do with mirroring,
Yes.
I wanted to ask you. I have a particular challenge with my parents, which I have great, amazing parents, but they mirror and strike within me because they're judgmental and critical towards my looks, and that throws me into a fit.
But why do you believe what they're saying?
I don't know. I am very much energetically connected to them, and I believe like very strongly either if it's good or if it's bad.
But isn't this an opportunity for you to decide for yourself what's true and what's not? Aren't they giving you an opportunity to decide whether what they're saying has anything to do with you or whether it has more to do with them?
Maybe.
They are expressing a lot of their fears to you. Why do you choose to buy into them? It doesn't matter that you're energetically connected, of course you are. But that doesn't mean you have to buy into the same fears that they have bought into in their lives. They are giving you an opportunity to make a different choice. Why aren't you making it, if you would prefer to?
I don't know. I'm
Oh,
always.
yes, you do. You can't get away with that.
What?
You cannot get away with saying, I don't know. You do know. You're just not looking. So look. That's the whole point. They're giving you an opportunity to look more deeply within yourself and decide whether or not what they're saying to you is true for you, or whether you're going to buy into the idea that it is true.
I feel a lot more awakened than them, and
Yes, but obviously in this particular case, you're saying that you're not.
I lose my consciousness totally around them. They push my
That's
so many
a choice. You're pushing your own buttons. You are agreeing with them, and that's pushing your own button. So you are being given an opportunity in a very loving way by them, whether they know it or not, to decide not to have a button to be pushed. You're being given an opportunity to change all of the training that you've been given up to this point so that you don't have to buy into the ideas that they're pushing, because you're pushing them on yourself. They can't convince you of anything that you don't agree to be convinced by, no matter who they are. So you're agreeing with them, and you don't have to.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm very angry when they voice my own beliefs. But when
But you're
other
angry,
people say
yes.
it, I don't care. It's just because they say it makes me very angry.
No, it doesn't. Don't you understand? They can't make you do anything. You're doing it to yourself because you're agreeing with what they say, as if it's true.
How can I stop?
You have to understand it's not true. What makes you think that what they're saying is true?
Because I think it myself. It's a very judgmental world.
You are judging yourself then.
Yes, I am.
Well, why are you doing that? What do you get out of doing that? How does it serve you?
I was programmed this way.
But if you know that, you're no longer programmed, are you? Remember that if you're programmed, if you have a pattern and a habit, that's something that you do that you don't know you're doing. That's the definition of a habit. That's the definition of a program. But once you understand there's a program, once you understand there's a habit, once you understand there's a pattern, you don't have it anymore. It's gone. If you keep doing it, it's not because you're programmed, it's because you're choosing to keep doing it. Stop choosing that. You don't have to. It's no more mysterious than that. You don't have to keep doing that. You don't have to keep judging yourself. You don't have to keep believing that you have to do that. You don't have to keep believing that you're programmed. Now that you know it was a program, it no longer is. You don't have to keep believing that you're still programmed.
And they say that they mean well, and I choose to accept.
I understand. But again, you have to understand that they have their own belief system, and it doesn't have to have anything to do with what you choose to believe is true about yourself. If you understand that they may mean well, then use their well-meaning in the way that works for you. Just because they say they mean well doesn't mean you have to do things the way that they're telling you that you have to do things, or the way you have to think about yourself. They can mean well, and you don't have to pay attention to what they're saying. If you want to really honor your parents, be who you really are, not who you think you need to be, not who they think you need to be. Because all you're doing is being someone you're not. If you're being someone you're not, that doesn't really honor them, no matter what they choose to think.
Well, what happens is I just start crying like a child, and they say that I'm faking it, and they don't want to talk to me when I'm crying. So
Perhaps it would be better if you didn't talk to them for a while. What do you think about that?
it's happened, but I felt so isolated. It's happened for a year at a time.
Do you understand that all the feelings you're describing come from things you believe to be true about yourself, and that those feelings don't exist until you believe them to be true?
Yeah.
Then don't use the feelings as an excuse to keep feeling them. Because that's all you're doing, is you're constantly justifying the idea that you have these feelings, but you're not doing anything about changing the belief that generates the feelings. So stop justifying the feelings and justifying the beliefs that create them. If you don't prefer to have those feelings, change the beliefs that are generating them. You don't have to believe these things. You don't have to feel these things. If you feel them and you believe that you should feel them, that's your choice. You won't stop doing it until you're sick and tired of it. I guess you're not sick and tired enough.
Yeah, I get
So your parents will keep pushing you and pushing you and pushing you because you are inviting them to do so in order to have them push you into who you actually prefer to be. When you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, you'll stop being sick and tired. But you're not there yet, obviously.
Yeah,
So it's up to you.
I'll keep trying.
No, just do it. You can keep trying if you want, but understand, if you keep trying, that's all you're doing. You're trying. You're not doing it. You're not changing it. You are trying to change it. Trying to change something is its own state, is its own experience, and the only thing that happens in that state is that you keep trying. When you change your mind, then you actually do something. Right now, you are doing the trying. That's its own thing. That's its own experience. That's fine. But understand what you're doing. Be clear about what you're doing. When you say, I'm going to try, that's all you'll experience is the trying. You will never experience the being until you actually choose to be who you prefer to be. You will only experience trying to be that. That's its own reality, not the one that you prefer. You follow?
Yeah,
Is this helping?
yeah. I have another question. You were speaking a lot about magnetic resonance.
Yes.
Is there anything like that could help me, or anything in particular for estrogen-related
You
breast
can
cancer?
use whatever permission slip you're attracted to use. Be open to what you're attracted to. The reason you're attracted to it is because at that point it may align with your belief system enough to help you. That's why you're attracted to it. So whatever comes up in your mind that you believe you need, by all means, take advantage of it. But understand it's just a permission slip. It's not doing anything for you. You're deciding to make the change using the permission slip as a reason to do so. And if you want to do it that way, that's fine.
Okay.
But it's up to you. So whatever you're attracted to,
Okay.
whatever you think will help you, use it. Yes?
Yeah, I'm learning and using a lot of things. Thank you.
All right.
One more question. I'm getting a lot of trembling on my skull, all over the body, just some undulations and things.
Because you're about to break through, but you haven't broken through yet. So all the energy of your true power is building up within you and causing you to shake until you stop resisting it and actually let it through by becoming who you really prefer to be. You understand? It's all building up. You're about to give birth to the real you, but you're not there yet. So as long as you don't give voice to it, as long as you don't let it out, as long as you don't let it flow, it's going to build up and it's going to cause the trembling until you let it burst forth and actually stand on your own 2 feet and declare who you are.
I have declared, and
No, you haven't, or we wouldn't be having
I'm
this
declaring
conversation.
right now, people.
All right. Then be who you prefer to be, no matter what anyone says, no matter what anyone thinks. I don't care who they are. You deserve to be who you prefer to be. And they know that deep down. They know that on a higher spiritual level. Don't be fooled by your parents' personalities. That's not who they are. Not really. It's just a piece of them. And it may be a piece that's confused, and it may be a piece that's fearful, because they have their own fearful beliefs. You don't have to buy into that, because that's not who they really are, and that's not what in their heart of hearts they would really prefer for you. You have to see through the smoke and mirrors. You have to see through the blindness that they may have. You have to do it for them. Maybe you need to be the parent for a while and parent yourself into adulthood. Yes?
Yeah, I thought this diagnosis is gonna make them stop a lot of things, but
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Remember, the power of change is simply what you determine is true for you, not determining what's true for you by what's happening around you. If you still determine what's true for you by what's going on around you, you're still making your happiness conditional. And if you're making your happiness conditional, you're not actually in a happy state. As long as you base your happiness on what other people do or think or say, you are not choosing what you prefer. So it doesn't matter what they say, because if you simply choose to be happy, People can shout at you all day. They can curse at you all day. They can say terrible things to you all day. And you will know it has nothing to do with you. It's not true about you. They're reflecting, they're projecting onto you their own judgments of themselves that they are afraid to look at. So they're using you as an excuse to not look at the things in themselves they would like to change but don't know how to change because they're too afraid to. You have to have the compassion to see that and not fall into their trap, thus reinforcing their own fear that they are out of touch with. You have to do it for them because you're more aware. So you need to be the parent. You need to be the adult. You need to be the mature one that understands that all they actually are doing when they judge you is being a child having a tantrum. And say, that's not appropriate.
Okay,
You understand?
thank you. Yeah,
Does that help you?
very much. Thanks.
Our unconditional love to you.
Thank you.
Good day.
Hello.
And to you, good day.
Okay, so I have
Speak up, speak up.
I have a couple of questions. So one, I'm bipolar. So
Oh, all right.
So
and
did
who's the other?
I don't know. So did I choose to have this coming into this life, and will it play a significant
Yes.
role in my spiritual path?
Yes.
Cause okay,
Simple answer, yes?
yeah, but
Yeah, but what?
I don't know. I think I got nervous, so it kind of just went away.
That's
Also,
all
we were
right.
talking about vortexes because this kind of came up over there. So, are there ways to you can from say if you go into the Bermuda Triangle, would you die, or can you access different parts of the of the world, and
Possibly.
how would you how? How would you? Where would you go? How
Well,
would you
first
do
of
that?
all, the Bermuda Triangle, as you call it,
Or
is
just
a
anywhere.
vortex that does connect to other dimensions. Now, depending on what happens, depends on what the energy in the vortex happens to be at that moment and what it is you're aligning with. Sometimes it can kill you. Sometimes it can transport you to another realm. Sometimes it can just disorient you. It can do many different things depending upon what it's doing at the moment that you enter it.
So if you feel like you're going to go into a different realm, because okay, so ever since I was little, I've always felt like I'm going to go to a place on the earth and it's going to take me and I'm going to be somewhere completely different. And then eventually though, I'm going to come back to this, to earth, and I'm going to be
Alright.
fine. So so if I did feel like that way, and if I have felt like that way, so if I did enter that, that would happen.
Most likely, although you may not be completely aware of all the things that might happen because you might be unconscious of some of the things you've chosen to experience.
So death isn't necessarily the only result that could happen.
No, of
The
course. But
possible.
even if death happened, you wouldn't care because you would be your natural self in spirit.
No, I wouldn't mind that. Okay. Also, so
What's so funny?
is there? So I'm not really satisfied. So I'm very devoted to my spirituality. It's all I think about, all I do, all I think about
Yes.
doing. So I'm not moving at a very efficient pace
How do you know?
because I'm not getting any results. But I'm doing everything.
How do you know you're not getting the results
Because
you need?
everything is exactly the same.
So what you're saying is you don't understand the principle that it doesn't matter that everything is exactly the same. You're having the expectation and the insistence that things are supposed to look different, and that's a completely erroneous assumption. As I already said, the measure of change has nothing to do with whether the outside changes. The measure of change, the proof of change, is whether you respond differently to what's happening, even if it still looks the same. If you keep having the expectation that the outside should look different, that it should change, you haven't changed. So therefore, it's not going to. When you don't need it to look different, that's when you have changed, and it can change to reflect the fact that you don't need it to.
How do you change not needing it to change?
Because you understand that it doesn't need to change, because it's not the arbiter of your happiness. It's not the arbiter of your state of being. You are, regardless of what's going on around you. Your state of being, the choice to have a certain state of being, has nothing at all to do with what's going on around you. It simply has to do with what you decide is true for you.
I don't understand.
Everything in life is neutral. It has no built-in meaning whatsoever. The meaning you give it determines the effect you get out of it. So when you understand that it doesn't really matter what's going on around you physically, they're just neutral props. They don't have built-in meaning. They don't mean anything. You give them the meaning that you prefer to give them, and that's the effect you get. So when you need the outside to change, you are basically giving the outside the definition or the meaning that it has more power than you do to determine how you prefer to feel. When you just say, I don't care what the outside looks like, it doesn't have to ever change. I choose to be a happy person. I choose to know that I'm a self-empowered person. I choose to know who I am, and it doesn't matter whether this person changes or that person changes or that thing happens or that thing doesn't happen. It doesn't matter because that's not the determiner of how you experience yourself. You are. Does that make more sense?
No, so I don't think I explained it right. So I was like, so I want to develop my clairs, and I want to like.
You want to develop your what?
My clear audience, clear cognizance stuff.
Yes.
Like okay, so that's not happening, and I'm like trying to get it to happen. Is it not happening just because I want it to happen? Because I think.
Well, how are you going about it?
I go to like psychic development classes.
Yes.
I like watch you.
Let me ask this question. Describe what you expect should be happening.
Seeing things like in my mind's eye, hearing things like from my ear chakras.
All right, good enough. Now let me ask the next important question. Why is it important that you develop this?
Probably because I feel like I don't like Earth, and I'm not like connected to it.
There's your problem right there. You are asking for things that come from being in the field of Earth, a place you don't like being. Why should you then be able to experience the things that are part of the experience of Earth if you don't like where you are? You're invalidating the very place in which you say you want to experience things that must come from that place. You're canceling yourself out. You have to stop contradicting yourself. Stop creating contradictory belief systems and contradictory definitions. You can't experience the joys of those things in a place you say you don't enjoy being. So get used to the idea that you chose to be on Earth. Get used to the idea that it can be an extremely ecstatic and fun place to be, and I will bet you that you will start developing those abilities more strongly because you will finally accept that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And allow the things to happen, not make them happen, allow the things to happen that are the natural effect of embracing your life on Earth and growing as a person on Earth. You can't reject yourself and expect to have other things happen from that state of rejection. That's what you're doing. Make sense?
Yeah, okay, so I have one more question.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm getting my real estate license, but I also want to like write a book on my life
Go ahead.
But I feel like
You feel like what?
well, I'm on like a kind of a strict time limit, and I have kind of a unique situation, so I'm worried like cuz I like real estate, so when I make the decision not to do real estate, I like want to do real estate, but then when I like start doing it, I'm like, oh, I want to write my book. But then when I start
What makes you think you can't do
time
both?
and money.
Nonsense. Nonsense. For someone who doesn't like being on Earth, you're certainly focused on a lot of Earth things like time and money.
Well,
You can have different expressions of your excitement. What you're forgetting or what you don't know is that one of the tools of your excitement that will start to happen automatically is the organizing principle of synchronicity, which means if you have more than one way to express your excitement, such as sometimes it will be through real estate, maybe sometimes it will be through writing, the organizing principle will show you when you need to do this, when you need to do that, when you need to do this expression. It'll organize itself. You'll have time to do it all if you stop focusing on time and just trust the timing of when things are shown to you to be the optimum time to do this or the optimum time to do that. You'll get inspired to do this. Then that will fade. Then you'll get inspired to do this. That's all connected. It's all the same excitement expressing itself in different ways. You just have to allow the organizing principle to work and stop trying to control everything and make time. Just allow the timing to naturally show you when you need to do this and when you need to do that. That's part of your excitement. is the timing situation, the organizing principle. You're not letting the tools work for you. You're trying to make it work, but you're not letting it work the way it actually is designed to work. It'll show you what you need to do when you need to do it.
So it doesn't have to be either or, it can be both.
Absolutely, why not? You could have an umbrella excitement that contains many different kinds of expressions, some of which may seem to have nothing at all to do with one another, but since they both contain excitement, are connected. Follow the thread of excitement, not how they look. That's part of the synchronicity principle. When you get excited to do this, it's telling you that's time to do this. When you get excited to do that, it's telling you it's time to do that. Follow the flow. Don't be so rigid.
Okay, actually I have just one more. So, okay, so also I'm very literal, like not literal, like,
I know.
yeah.
That's what I've just been talking about.
How do
You're
you,
imposing too much of a rigid structure on yourself. You need to loosen up a bit.
how do you do that?
You tell me. What are you rigid about? What are you literal about? And by the way, you're not as literal as you think. You can't be, or you wouldn't be able to function at all. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah, kind
Now,
of.
one moment. Do you get where I'm coming
No.
from? Not at all.
No, not what you, the last like maybe 4 or 5 words.
So, if I were to say something like, well, let me back up. Did you understand what I meant when I said, let me back up?
Mm-hmm.
How did you understand that? It's not a literal statement. It's a euphemism. It's a metaphor. How did you understand me? If you were truly literal, you wouldn't have understood that. So you're not as literal as you think. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
That's also a metaphor.
Yeah, I saw that.
Don't necessarily presume to know that you know yourself in the way that you think you do. That's what's putting a straitjacket on you. Another metaphor. Start relaxing your assumptions about what you think you are and see if you're not actually something else. Start relaxing some of those definitions about yourself.
So like let them go.
Let them go. If they don't serve you, let them go.
Even
Yes.
if they're what I want.
What you want is not always what you need. Very often it's not. And that's also another trap that many humans fall into on your planet. They think they know better. And they think they know that what they want is exactly what they need. In many cases, it has nothing to do with what you really need. Let what you need come. Let go of what you want, because if it is truly something that serves you, it'll be there. It'll be something you need. And that's what you need to want, is to want what you need.
So you basically should want and need nothing and let whatever is supposed to come.
What I'm saying is what you need will come. What I'm saying is what you want will often be confusing because what you want may be coming from a negative ego or a fear-based belief system, and you're not really always clear about whether what you want is actually parallel or in alignment with what you really need. Many of you have been taught to think that you need things, but you don't need certain things. So when you start wanting certain things because you think you need them, that doesn't mean you actually need them. And in fact, getting those things may be contrary to what you truly need. So the idea that you don't always get what you want is actually quite often a good thing. But you will always be given what you need. So start wanting what you need, and then all your wants will be fulfilled. Don't need what you want. Want what you need. And you will be a joyful person because you will be given everything that will actually increase your ecstasy. Because the universe understands that you need joy in your life. The universe understands you need to express yourself in love and creativity. The universe understands that. The machine understands that. It will automatically come to you if you will just relax the idea of what you think you need, of what you want, because very often what you want will actually block what you need from coming. That will actually give you joy. So relax the ego structure. Yes?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hello, Bashar.
And you good day.
My gratitude to you for speaking to us.
And you as well for speaking to us.
In listening to you in the past, you've talked about 4 laws of creation, and
Yes,
today
but
you're
we
saying
also, at one point in our transmission, said that one of them was segregated into 2 because we found that in dealing with certain civilizations, it made it clearer to understand the principles by adding a little bit more detail to it. So it basically stretched into the 5 laws. The same principles apply. We have just called one out in 2 parts so that it makes it easier for some minds to understand.
Can you remind me again which one you split into 2 parts and what those parts are?
The one that was added is everything is here and now.
Okay.
Because the idea for us of the all is one, the one is all, and you exist, those 2 things in understanding in combination would allow you to understand that everything is here and now. But many people didn't understand that, so we broke it out.
Okay. I want to ask you about pre-birth choices and pre-birth agreements.
Yes.
We choose our parents, correct?
Yes, usually.
And
Sometimes very definitively, sometimes not so. Depends on the reason for the choice. Some people might say, these need to be the parents because my theme needs this kind of person or this kind of person. Other people might say, I need to be born at a certain time. That's more important. Therefore, any one of these 6 will do.
Okay.
So you're still making the choice, but some of them can be a little bit more relaxed, and some of them might be a little bit more specific depending upon the theme.
So we all choose a theme.
Generally.
And can that theme be changed midway
Yes.
through your life?
Yes, it can. That's one of the new things that's happening at this time of transformation. You actually don't have to die to choose a new theme. If you have truly gone through your theme, you can remain alive and choose a new theme if you wish.
And are there some pre-birth agreements that we may have made that cannot be changed?
Of course.
Okay. How do we
Or
know?
let's just say nothing is impossible, but some of them are highly, highly improbable that you will change them because you really don't need to.
Okay.
I'm being very basic here. In other words, it is highly improbable that you will let go of the collective agreement that your planet has gravity.
Right.
You understand? You don't necessarily need to let go of that in order to change the things that are important and relevant for you to change.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes. Another question. When I was a child, my family often went camping on the weekends in Dubois, Wyoming,
Yes.
and we would really rough it out there in the middle of nowhere.
Ooh, rough it. Yes.
And one night, I left my sleeping bag to go find somewhere in the forest to go to the bathroom.
Yes.
And I saw something in the sky that I couldn't explain.
Can you describe it?
Yes, it was disc-shaped. It was light like a star, but not shaped like a star, and it did not move like anything I'd ever seen before.
And how close do you imagine it was?
It was quite a ways away. It was not close
Yet you
enough.
could see the disc.
Yes, I could see that it was not round. It was disc-shaped.
All right.
But it was still very far away.
Yes.
Which originally made me wonder if it was a star or a planet until I saw the shape and how it moved.
And once you saw the shape and saw how it moved, you knew that it was not a star and not a planet.
Yeah, I was
And
just
so?
a child, and I remember feeling absolutely petrified.
Yes.
I became like paralyzed with fear.
Yes.
And I don't remember what happened after that.
Well, you had some visitations.
Okay. I ended up back in my sleeping bag.
Oh.
I don't remember.
Did they catch you with your pants down?
I don't think so.
Oh, all right. Just thought I'd throw another metaphor out there.
My brother, who's a year and a half older than me, also described some events from that night.
Yes,
of
well, you've both had
feeling
contact. You've both had
something
encounters.
Scurrying over
yes,
his
yes.
sleeping bag. Can you tell
Yes.
me more about what may have happened and why I
I
had
just
no
told
memory
you.
of it?
You've both had encounters. You are both part of the hybridization agenda. Most of you don't have memories of these things because you're made to forget for one reason, so it won't traumatize your life. Another reason, at the rate at which you remember, at the rate at which the memories return that these things have happened, we use that, and other beings use that as a measuring device to determine when you're actually ready for more conscious contact.
Okay.
So, welcome to the club.
Thank you.
You're roughing it still?
Not as much, but
All
sometimes I do.
All right.
Lately, I've been very passionate about
Yes.
listening to people's near-death experience accounts.
Yes.
And I'm not really sure why I'm so drawn to that.
Well, one reason, not the only reason, that we sense within your energy makeup is the understanding that there is more than just this physical experience, yes?
Yes.
And that as you expand your consciousness, the so-called barriers or separations between the physical and the non-physical start to dissolve. You start to see it as more of a continuum rather than simply this or that. You start to build, no pun intended, a gray area between them. Some people caught the joke. And the idea then is that you are starting to function in a broader spectrum of experiences with the idea of life and death, because life and death is really just life and another version of life. That's all. So you're starting to allow these things to bleed into one another. Your fascination is because you want to learn how to navigate these realms that are just different expressions of your consciousness. And so you're educating yourself to understand how to do so, how to become more familiar with other layers and levels of your existence. Because remember, you're in spirit right now. You're just dreaming that you're not.
Right.
You understand? So you're investigating more about yourself, more about your true natural environment.
Well,
So you can relate to it better. And it will also connect you to some of the things that you've been experiencing with respect to your encounters. Because many things are done in those encounters on slightly altered states of being, slightly altered dimensions of experience. They don't all happen, although some of them may seem to, they don't all happen in your exact physical reality. You are slightly shifted, which sometimes gives you the experience of being paralyzed.
yeah.
Because you are sort of frozen in a frequency that then allows the shift to occur without you spinning off into some other direction that you don't need to spin off into. The paralysis is sometimes a side effect of the shifting of one dimension to another, because when you are physical and you know how to move a certain way and suddenly you start shifting your vibration to that of another reality, suddenly you actually are not really in the same reality and don't really know how to move the way that you used to. You don't know how to move in the new reality, and that can temporarily feel like paralysis.
Okay.
Does that make some sense?
Yes.
And?
Well, and around 2003,
Yes.
I began channeling through automatic writing,
Oh, all right.
actually automatic typing.
All right, how exciting and how
And
modern of you.
It was very exciting, and I was doing it profusely. I
Yes.
was also able to give psychic and mediumship readings.
All right, and
then,
now what?
and then I had a Kundalini unleashing,
Oh, all right.
which really
Blew
threw
your
me
socks
for
off?
yeah,
All right.
changed everything.
Yes, blew your socks off, caught you with your pants down. You'll be naked soon.
And as my journey continued,
Yes.
I found myself eventually battling some pretty serious depressions.
All right, that's good because, again, it gave you a chance to redefine yourself.
Yeah.
And have you
And
emerged
now
from that?
I want to emerge from it. I haven't emerged from it yet.
Then stop calling it a depression.
Okay.
Understand this is a natural thing all of you do when you're looking for answers that you know don't exist outside you. You go within. It's compression. And this is a natural thing because you know the answers are within you. Then you will emerge as a newly defined person, a literal new person. This is a natural thing. When you define it negatively because your society says it's negative, you can only experience it as depression. So you may have had an unconscious definition that caused you to experience it in a depressive way instead of the natural compression that would allow you to spring back more quickly because you understand that you're not doing anything wrong. You're going to where you know the answers are, within, and that's okay.
Well, what I'm confused about
Yes.
is after the Kundalini unleashing and sort of the rebalancing from that took a few years,
Yes.
I found myself unable to do the psychic and mediumship readings anymore, and I don't
That's
know why.
okay. You go through cycles. You do certain things, and then you go into a cocoon and come out different. So
Yeah.
you can do other things. It's not all about doing the same thing over and over again. It's about improving and growing and changing and expressing things in different ways. You have to trust that this is your way.
I
that
do
there's
feel like
nothing
I'm in
wrong
a
with it.
cocoon. That's a good analogy because on my drive here from Phoenix, there were so many butterflies.
Well, there
I
you
felt
go.
bad. I kept hitting them with my car.
That's all right. They're trying to get your attention so that you will pay attention to the signs you're getting instead of ignoring them.
Okay.
So we have just shown you the synchronicity of that symbol. That's what you're becoming. But if you keep ignoring it, you'll keep running into the windshield.
Well, I'm getting excited about this new phase in my life.
All right.
My
That's the spirit.
my sons are grown now. My youngest one is moving out of the house in August.
All right.
And it's going to be a new phase of life for me. I turn 50 in August.
Congratulations. From our point of view, you are still a whippersnapper.
Thank you.
Does that help you?
I'm going to pull my pants back up and walk off the stage.
Oh, all right.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
The whole formula is act on your highest passion every moment that you can to the best of your ability, taking it as far as you can possibly take it until you can take it no further with absolutely, here it comes, zero expectation for what the outcome should be. Why? Why the zero expectation? I'll tell you. Thank you. You have basically, being a physical being, split yourself into two main components, a physical mind and a higher mind that is non-physical. You need to work together. The physical mind and the higher mind must form a partnership, must form a relationship that works in tandem in order to actually function as a whole person in your reality. But when you allow the physical mind to think that it has to do this, and it has to make this happen, and it must know how something is going to happen, and you get it to focus on all these details, you are giving it more than it was designed to do. You wear it out, you tire it out, and you wonder why you get so many headaches at the end of the day, and you wonder why you're tired all the time. The idea is to understand that the physical mind is simply not designed to know how something is going to happen. It just isn't. The physical mind is only designed to know and to experience what is happening in the present. The higher mind knows how something is going to happen. When you allow the higher mind thus then to know that and to work with you, the higher mind will know how to bring the manifestation to the physical mind for the physical mind to experience. So here is how the idea, for example, of visualization actually works. The physical mind is capable of conjuring a visualization of your ideal preferred reality. And when you see that visualization in your mind's eye, you get very excited about that manifestation, about experiencing that reality. And the excitement is good, is exactly what you need. But the purpose of that visualization is to generate that feeling, that state of being of passion, of excitement. The purpose of the visualization is not necessarily to come into manifestation as your physical mind has envisioned it. Because your physical mind, what it may think is the most ultimate representation of that reality, What it may think is the absolute top. What it may think is the absolute ceiling, to the higher mind is just the floor, just the beginning of what could manifest. And if you simply stay in the state that the visualization generates within you and then let go of the actual imagery and hand that energy over to your higher mind will actually then bring you the manifestation that is actually representative of that passion state, even though it may look nothing like you imagined. It might, but it might not. So the idea is to use the energy state to work with the higher mind and allow the higher mind to bring you what it knows you really need that is truly representative of that energy state, so that you can be open and willing to accept that no matter what manifests, it is all part and parcel, all a representation of your joy, and never will be defined or labeled as an interruption in it or an obstacle in it or a stopping of that joy. Because your physical reality, as we said, is only a mirror. And whatever you define it to be, whatever you believe is most true, is what you get. So it's very important to pay attention to those beliefs and those definitions, for it is those and only those that create your physical reality experience. Because nothing in physical reality has built-in meaning. Nothing has automatic meaning. Everything is fundamentally without built-in meaning. The greatest gift, and I know this sounds strange in your language, the greatest gift creation has given to all of you is that life is fundamentally meaningless. That means it has no built-in meaning. What that also means is you were designed to give it the meaning you prefer to give it, and the meaning you give it will utterly determine how you experience it, no matter how the situation looks. Because every situation is neutral and can serve double duty and can allow you to experience a positive or a negative effect in your life. It isn't how the situation looks that makes the difference. It's how you respond to the situation that makes the difference in terms of the effect that you experience. So let go of the idea that the outer world needs to change in order for you to know that you have changed. Just make the change within yourself, know that you have changed, behave as if you have changed, and then you will prove to creation that you have changed, because you will be responding differently to the outer reflection, even if the outer reflection stays the same. That's how it works. Does that make sense to you all?
Andrew, good day.
I would like to ask you how to make my dream come true.
Did we not already discuss much of these techniques?
Yes, that's right.
Well, all right. Is there some specific aspect of this you feel you need a little more clarity on?
By the way, I'm teaching English to children at my home.
Yes.
And today, because I am a teacher of English, I expected to understand your English more. But to my standard, I got sort of disappointed that I didn't get your English so much.
All right. Well, please understand, I am not speaking English. I am not speaking at all. I am only sending thoughts that are being translated through the channel's brain into the language the channel understands. However, because in the channel's mind, I am what you would call an alien or foreign in energy, then the translation into the channel's language sometimes comes out with an unusual accent. So we apologize if there are translation problems with the device. We trust that we will be able to assist you in understanding more clearly. So please let us know what you feel you are unclear about.
Let me put it aside. English problem, put it aside.
All right.
I love learning English.
Yes.
And it's the most exciting thing to me.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
So, by the way, I'm mother and wife, and I have roles at home. So it is hard for me to make my own time to study more. And on the book of Bashar, I read the time between 2 o'clock early in the morning to 4 o'clock early in the morning is the most energetic time zone. So I decided myself I have to learn during these hours, and then it's going to be very efficient for me to learn and memorize things.
All right, as long as you do not tire yourself out by getting no sleep at all.
That's right.
So it's kind
You have to trust your timing more than the idea of having to arrange your time schedule. You look at all the things that excite you the most in order of degree of excitement. Any given day, act on the things that excite you the most to whatever degree you can act on them. Take the first thing that excites you the most and do the most with it you are capable of doing within that day. When there is nothing more you can do about that exciting thing, then act on the next most exciting thing you have the ability to actually take some action on. And then, after you are done doing that, if there is nothing else you can do on that exciting thing, choose the next most exciting thing you are able to do something about. At the end of the day, if there is no more time for you to act on other things, then that's all you needed to do that day. Let the excitement show you the timing of how many of those things need to be done in any given day, and don't force yourself to think you have to do more than you can fit in any particular time frame that is comfortable. Because again, you have to look at your excitement holistically, as a whole picture. What point would there be in following your excitement if to do so would wear you out? The idea is to trust the timing of the excitement, in that what fits in one day is comfortable for you. You do not need to force anything else. Because what point would there be in following your excitement if following your excitement exhausted you? Would there be any point to acting on your excitement if it wore you out, if it tired you out? There would be no point to it. Excitement doesn't come that way. It doesn't come with exhaustion. It comes with rejuvenation, exhilaration. So rather than scheduling your time, trust the timing of exactly how many exciting things you can fit into any given time period. Does that make sense to you?
So what you are telling me is I'm not supposed to attach to that particular time zone, like 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the morning.
I am just saying that that is a very good time when, if you are able to be quiet, you can feel energized and be very creative. But I am saying don't force yourself into that time zone. It should be a matter of easy timing, not I must do this then, I must do this now. Many people on your planet force themselves into artificial schedules that have nothing to do with their natural rhythm. In other words, more people, when they follow a natural rhythm, might automatically find themselves more naturally sleeping during the afternoon and being awake early in the morning. So what we are saying is that when you find your natural rhythm, then everything that really needs to get done in the course of a day will be done in the right timing and at the appropriate time to fit your natural rhythm. Does that make some sense to you now?
Yes, sorry taking so long, but I would like to ask one more.
Sorry taking so much time?
Well, again, this is about time. My understanding is if I am living my life with full excitement,
Yes.
I don't need to sleep so long. Is it correct?
That is also true. But again, it's not something you'd have to force yourself to do. You'll just naturally feel awake. You will just sleep when you're tired and you'll be awake when you're not. That's all there is to it. So yes, more and more individuals, as your species evolves, when they follow their highest joy, will generally find they don't sleep as much as they used to. That is generally true. One of the reasons that many people on your planet now must sleep the amount of time that they do is because it is important for them to connect to their dream reality. But when you manifest your dream energy on Earth, when you are living your dream, then you will not need to sleep so much in order to connect to your dream energy because it will be all around you. But while you are following your excitement, if suddenly you simply find that you are tired and it is natural for you to go to sleep, please don't force yourself to stay awake or think that there's something wrong with you. Everyone will be somewhat different for a while, and you must simply allow yourself to trust that your excitement will help you understand your natural rhythm and timing. Does that help?
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
ありがとうございます。
Pleasant dreams to you. Next question.
Hello.
Andrew, good day.
My question is about interpersonal relationship. By the way, there is a guy that I would like to be close to,
Yes.
but when we actually go out together, we often have conflicts.
Yes.
So I think my equation about this relationship is when I go out or I am together with him, I cannot get along And I would like to change this equation, this belief. How can I rephrase it into a positive thought?
All right, thank you. Do you have any particular expectations of what you need him to be? That is a yes?
Yes.
What do you expect he needs to be? Are you
Though-
saying you need him to change into something you would prefer him to be rather than allowing him to be who he is? Is that what you're saying?
I hope so.
Why do you hope this?
For example, I share something with him, expecting him to comfort me, but he, instead of comforting me, scolds me in a way.
Yes. So why are you looking for that kind of comfort from him?
I should feel comfortable when he comforts me.
Why do you need him to comfort you is what I'm asking you. Why are you looking for someone else to comfort you? Are you unable to comfort yourself?
Now I know that I wanted somebody to comfort me.
Why? Why do they need to comfort you? Why do you need to be comforted?
Maybe because I want to believe he's special.
No, you want to believe you're special. You want him to prove to you that you're special because you don't believe you are.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
And so he will get angry with you because all you're actually saying to him is, I am nothing. Please tell me I am something. But I am nothing. But please tell me I am something. So what you are saying is that you're only in the relationship for the purpose of making yourself feel better. It's not really about supporting each other.
That's true. Now I
Yes,
see
very
it.
good.
それ
Thank
が
you for
分かっ
opening
て。
your eyes. Does that help you?
た気がします。
Yeah, very much.
あり
All right,
が
now
と
you
う
can。get in touch with that belief and use the techniques to change your belief and understand that relationships are for the purpose of allowing each other to become more of who you really are. Because you see, here is the paradox. This is the energy and the communication that you have been creating up to this point. You're actually asking him to reinforce your sense of unworthiness. Because every time you ask him to make you feel better, you don't have to change. You don't have to make yourself feel better. You're leaving it all up to him, and if he does it, that means he's reinforcing that you don't ever have to feel better about yourself because he'll do it all for you. A relationship is to help each other become more of who you are, not less of your natural self, which is what you're asking him to do for you. Does this make sense to you now, energetically?
I really understand that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Next questioner. And are you good day?
I think I've got the general idea of excitement, but I would like you to be more specific.
In what way?
Suppose I would like to have a business success, and I create an imagination of my business success in a
Yes.
form, and I put it in my mind and feel excited and live my life fully with that
Yes.
excitement.
Yes, without expectation. Now
Well, no.
you understand?
Without expectation.
Yeah. Do you see how this changes the way you're asking your questions? You're forgetting a part of the formula. Act on your excitement with integrity and without expectation. So you do not close the doors through which the manifestation of your dream could come from another direction.
It's the same idea
It's
with
getting
that.
clearer and clearer, isn't it?
I think I got his point in his case. I got confused again.
Yes, that's all right.
Well, there is another desire, exciting idea to me. Like, I would like to lose my weight.
No, all right, go right ahead, lose your weight. As you move forward in your energy and you use more of your energy to manifest the idea of your dreams, then less and less energy sticks around you and builds up into matter. As you clear yourself of negative beliefs, then those negative beliefs no longer turn into the idea of spending time doing things that will add weight to your body, because you will need to, in a sense, act at a higher frequency and you will drop the weight and not do the things that add the weight. The more you are truly aligned with your frequency of excitement, the more you will, shall we say, instinctively just do those things or eat those things or behave in a way that will be most aligned with your energy, and those things will not have a tendency to add weight to you. Now, we are not saying that you have to focus too hard on this idea. We don't want you to judge yourself, nor do we want any of you to think that in order to follow your excitement, you must be as skinny as a toothpick. After all, look at Buddha. Total joy, but a little bit fat. The thing really is just to relax into your natural self. There will be a range of weight that still represents following your joy, so do not judge yourself too harshly. You will lose what weight you need when you're more aligned with yourself. Now, I'm not saying that you need to do what I'm about to say, but it will give you another example of sometimes why some people may carry a little bit of extra weight. Some people have a little bit of a belief that when they follow their excitement and follow their joy, their vibration is going to rise so high that they'll just fly right up off the planet. And so they believe they need to put on a little weight to keep themselves on the ground. They use it as a balancing mechanism sometimes. Now, yes, while of course the belief that they need to put on a little weight to keep themselves grounded is a belief, it's not really, in that sense, a very harmful one as long as the weight is not extreme. You understand what we are saying?
Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Actually, in my daily life, even though I'm not on a particular diet, I lost 3 kilograms. It's about 6 pounds naturally.
All right, well then, there you go, you see.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, look, he has completely disappeared now. Next questioner.
Hello.
And you, good day.
I'm very pleased to meet you.
Oh, we are ecstatic to meet you and any on your planet.
This is my personal question.
Yay.
I have my current job, but I feel more excited with another possibility of another job.
And what would that be?
Professional pilot.
Professional pilot. All
はい、
right.
いいです
Are you
ね。
going to take flying lessons then?
In
もうあ
order
ります。
to have a small-sized airplane operation license, I have to fly 30 hours.
So
も
you
う飛
are
んだ
saying that you are taking lessons? Is that what you are saying?
Yes,
ところです。
I am in the training already.
Oh, all right. Very
はい
good.
Right. My
なかなか
desire is to quit my current job completely and put myself into that new possibility of job completely.
Well, all right. Go ahead. However, understand this. You must be very clear about your belief system, believing that if you totally quit the other job, you must believe that your belief system can bring something to support you. If you don't, it would be wiser to hold on to the other job a little longer until you are clear that your belief system will support you if you change. It is all right to expand your dream of excitement in a step-by-step fashion. You don't necessarily have to do it all at once unless you really believe that that's what gives you your greatest joy and you really believe that your excitement will support you completely. Whichever way you choose to do it is all right because it's your life, it's your choice. All right?
And then when I observe my circumstances, somehow I cannot quit my current job right now. That may mean that my belief system hasn't switched completely to that.
All right, well then you can spend some time working with your belief system to see if you can get it to accelerate. We created a tool some time ago called Threshold of Believability. Threshold or doorway. It is a way to measure where your belief happens to be on a scale, in a sense of 1 to 10. Because you are your own best sensitive measuring device, and you can tell very quickly by using this tool exactly how long it will take for you to transform your belief. This is a very, very powerful tool, so all of you pay attention because you can all use this in different areas of your life. The tool works like this. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. If you were doing this on your own, you would ask yourself the question. Or you could even get someone else to ask the questions of you. When I ask you this question, I want you to answer as quickly as you can, yes, if you can answer yes. Or no, but answer as quickly as you can after I ask the question. All right, now, here you are, here's the present situation. You have a job that you're doing that isn't necessarily representative of your highest excitement, and you have something else that you're doing that does represent a higher excitement, yes?
Right.
And you are wondering when you will be able, when you will have a strong enough belief to be able to just be supported by the other idea, and quit your job? That's the basic question you are asking.
Right.
So the question really is, how long will it be before I believe I will be just totally living my dream and not doing anything that doesn't excite me? That's really the basic question.
Right.
So you start using the believability tool by starting way out in the future, way farther than you know for sure, far enough ahead so that you know for sure that by then you would be only living your dream and you cannot imagine doing anything else. So in other words, the question that you would start asking yourself is, do I believe without a hesitation, without a doubt, that in 10 years that will be more than enough time for me to change my belief so that I'll only be doing what excites me the most? Is 10 years enough time for you to change that belief?
That's more than enough.
Yes, more than enough. All right,
Right.
see, no hesitation at all. You believe that 10 years is more than enough time to change the belief system within you right now, yes?
Right.
All right, very good. Now, you start lowering the
それを
amount.
ちょっ
Is
と
5 years more than enough time for you to change this belief system?
maybe a little difficult.
All right, now, there you go, you see. Now, you said 10 years, no problem. 9 years, no problem.
Perhaps.
All right, you're already hesitating. You see, when you find your first hesitation, when you go down in increments, wherever you first hesitate, that's how long it's going to take with your present belief system. Now, you can say, well, if I would like it to take less time, what belief, using the techniques we did before, what belief would I have to change to make it easy for me to believe that I can do it in less time? So when you find out what that belief is and you change the belief using the technique we talked about before, then you can take the test again, starting again from where you originally started, where it was no problem at all to believe that you could change. So you say 10 years, no problem. 9 years, no problem with my new belief system. Now I know 9 years is more than enough time. 8 years, no problem. 7 years, no problem. 6 years, maybe. As soon as you find yourself hesitating again, find out what belief you have within yourself that would make it take that long. Do this over and over and over again until you lower and lessen and lessen and lessen the amount of time it will take. As soon as you get the time frame down to where it no longer changes no matter what you do with your belief system, then that is the natural amount of time it needs to take for your life path. Do you see how to use this powerful tool?
Yes, I see it. When I'm using that tool and trying to change my belief, is it
Not
okay?
trying to
Hi,
change
hi,
your
changing
belief.
my belief.
Changing your belief.
Changing my belief.
Yes.
May I use my preference phrase to replace that old
Yes,
belief?
it is the technique we talked about before.
Hi,
You
so
create
ですね。
a new definition to replace the old definition, one that you believe is more in harmony with your excitement and your true self. And if you understand and really believe what we said before, how the new belief will replace the old belief, then it will be in place and it will make a difference. If any of you have difficulty believing that the new belief you've created will replace the old belief, then there again is yet another belief you need to look at. And as soon as you find out what belief you have that makes it seem difficult to replace old beliefs with new, then you will change that and you will be able to start doing this whole set of tools. And please, please, please remember, all of these beliefs and techniques and tools work best when you start with the primary, fundamental understanding that you are unconditionally loved and you accept that. So, do this and fly high in your aeroplane. Maybe one day while you're flying along, maybe you will be joined by a UFO. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
What is your time frame remaining?
Actually, it passed already.
Yes.
2 minutes passed, so
All right.
maybe a good time.
Then let us extend once again to each and every one of you our deep appreciation for the co-creation of this communication. Please understand and remember once again that these techniques and tools are guaranteed to work because the universe guarantees that you are who you were created to be. Our unconditional love to you all. Good day. Thank you all very, very much for being here today. And please give thanks to everyone who put on the seminar for doing such a wonderful job. So, thank you very much, and please have a good day.